Hello, Hyundai of Greeley friends and fam. Just wanted to take a day today and talk to you about a couple things inside the engines equipped in your Hyundai vehicles. So you may have heard us speak about the term GDI on some of your motors, or turbo GDI, as in this example here with the Hyundai Kona. Now, GDI simply stands for gasoline direct injection. It's a newer technology to the market. Hyundai's kind of capitalized on putting that in a lot of their vehicles. What it does is it gives us that fuel efficiency you're used to. These things get great gas mileage. A lot of that is due to the injection system. So I brought a visual here for you to kind of explain the injection system to you. Now, the older style vehicles, and some still on the road today, had what's called port injection. So we're looking at the side view of a cylinder, and this down here is the piston that moves up and down to compress the air and fuel going into your motor. These two parts that kind of look like an upside down T are what we call valves. This side being the intake valve, this side being the exhaust valve. So as your vehicle runs, this valve will sink down into the cylinder, and you'll see this guy, which would be an injector, spraying fuel into that cylinder to mix with air. Now, as that happens, the gasoline is touching the metal part of the valve on here, which gives you a natural cleaning effect on the metal. Now, if we go to the other side, the direct injection, which is what we are blessed with now for fuel efficiency, the injector you'll see moved from up here down into the cylinder wall. So we've bypassed touching the valve with the gasoline. Now, that's great for your pocketbook, great for your fuel mileage, great for the efficiency of the motor, but there is a catch to that. The catch being, since that fuel is not touching the top side of the valve, you're not cleaning off carbon deposits and other debris that may be hitting the engine. So over here at Hyundai of Greeley, we've teamed up with BG Products, who manufacture a lot of different chemicals as far as fuel system cleaning, your transmission services when we take care of them, your coolant flushes, power steering flushes on the older vehicles, etc. Essentially what we do is we bypass the fuel tank on your vehicle. What that does is gives you a little extra cleaning besides just pouring a additive into the fuel tank for you. If we come over here to the engine, we pop off this top cover here, which covers up the high pressure fuel pump to the vehicle. This guy right here is one of the main fuel lines going to that high pressure pump. And what we'll end up doing is popping this off of the motor and bypassing the fuel tank, supplying the fuel pump with two different chemicals from the BG products. What that does is your vehicle will run on those real harsh chemicals. They're pretty flammable. They go through there and burn up a lot of that extra material getting stuck on the inside of the cylinder walls, the tip of your injector, which controls the fuel going into the motor, as well as the valves. Now, going through the fuel pump here is not going to hit the valves themselves. That's more the bottom end cleaning, getting into those cylinder walls, etc. But over here, a little to the right side here, is where all of our throttle body and stuff sits at. This is where your air gets taken into the engine of the vehicle and mixed with the fuel to keep it running. Now, the second part of this service, once we're done with the first section of running off the chemicals, is we take off this air intake boot to expose the throttle body. Now, we take another part of the machine and stick it inside of this intake boot here, and what that does is it'll actually act like an injector and spray fuel onto the throttle body. So as your vehicle is sucking in air, it's also getting an extra chemical in there, which is now what touches the top side of those valves to get them cleaned off. Now, a lot of you may have heard of the fuel additive that Hyundai makes directly from Hyundai, which is great. It's fantastic if you're using it. I don't recommend stopping if you are using it. However, this is a little bit more in-depth cleaning, as we are actually bypassing the fuel tank, cleaning out everything directly at the engine, and then at the end of the service, you do get another additive into the fuel tank anyway. What that's gonna do is, as you burn through that next tank of fuel, it's gonna continue burning off the residual chemicals and residual debris that's stuck inside that motor. After about a day or so of driving, you'll no longer smell the chemicals. You should see fuel performance restored, and you're back to normal. So you'll hear us recommend that about every 30,000 miles on your particular vehicle, and we've always got a deal going on at HyundaiofGreeley.com. So if you are overdue on this service or have questions about if you are due, give me a call here at Hyundai of Greeley, 970-939-5240. Thank you. Have a great day.